Okay, so we're recording. Okay. So I think this is cheesy, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm Amber Ivy. I'm your Ruby upline, and we're gonna talk about how you get paid. So I have my little, when I'm looking down, I'm not paying attention. It's just my agenda. So I'm just kind of looking at it. So I'm going to first of all talk about how to get in your back office and look at this. So for a lot of y'all, I'm looking at people that have kind of been in this. I hope I'll make it quick unless people have a lot of questions, because I feel like this is kind of redundant for some of you guys. Okay, so first I have to share the screen for everyone to see. Okay. Okay, do y'all see my son? Let me unmute you. You see my son. You don't see what I'm wanting to see. Okay, hold on. Telling you this is so irritating. All right, now, Dina, shake your head if you see the back office. Awesome. Okay. Okay, so this is what you see when you log into your back office. So I'm going to show you guys how to look at the compensation plan summary chart. So you're going to go, and is this too big? Do I need to shrink it? Are we good? It's good? Okay. You're going to go to tools. No, you're not. Yes, you are. You're going to go to tools, and then you're going to go to library. And then you're going to scroll down here to compensation, and you're going to click on compensation plan summary chart. Do you all see the chart? Okay, awesome. This is where all the magic happens. I wish I would have saved the one that I had way back when, because it was dog-eared and written on and circled. And this is going to show you exactly how you're going to get paid each month. I'm moving you all on top so that I look like I'm looking at the camera instead I'm going like that looking at you. Okay, so this shows you all of the levels, being ambassador, senior ambassador, silver, gold, all the way up to diamond. This is going to show you the points that are required in your organization. And just to touch on pay points real quick, each time an ambassador in your back office hits their 100 in PV, you're going to turn points. You're going to get points. So at the end of the month, or at the end of that commission cycle, you're going to add all of those points up. So when you see people talking about, are you point stalking? How close are you? That's what they're talking about. All of these points added up to help you rank up. So these are the points right here. And then it'll show you points needed outside of your primary leg. Your one-time achievement bonus, if you've hit silver, you're going to get your 100, and so on. I'm not one of those people that like to read when somebody's actually looking at it. I don't need to read for you. Number of levels you're paid on. So this kind of changes throughout the rank up process. Senior gold and up, you can see that 1 to 6 for a senior gold, 1 to 6 for ruby, and then it jumps to 7 when you hit senior ruby. When you get an emerald, you're going to start taking part in the emerald pool, sapphire pool, diamond pool as you rank up. So this just kind of shows you what's required of you in order to achieve the next rank. This right here, this is so funny. I've talked about this like 3 times this week on Zooms, and it just excites me. I just love it. Preferred customer bonus. Anytime your customers are preferred and they order any of these products, this money right here on the right-hand side of the column is what you're going to get each month that they place an order for that. So this is the preferred customer bonus. So it's a great way if you have a large group of customers, or even if you have a small group, you can know that as long as that person stays on their preferred status and those products are coming to them monthly, you're going to get this little cash bonus each month. So I think that's pretty exciting. I love that part. Your business building bonuses. Cindy was on this call, and if we saw her face, she'd be laughing because she kind of got in on the tail end of my last Zoom call, and I was like trying to say that, and I sounded like I'd been drinking. Okay, so half the cost of a welcome pack is going to be paid to the ambassadors. So of the half of that, 50% is going to go to the sponsor, and then 25%, 15, and 10. So when you see people talk about their BBBs, those are going to be paid on Fridays. So a lot of people who are building their businesses get excited about that. And a lot of people train us to take those business building bonuses and put that money back into your business. So like Lori Harrison will say to take your BBBs, and she'll say order product catalogs or use that money to do a contest for your team. So that's just kind of one way that, another way that you get paid. Fast start achievement bonuses occur whenever you achieve gold, senior gold, ruby, or senior ruby in your first 30 days. So the achievement bonuses that you see up here, for instance, like 250 for the gold, you're going to double that if you fast start. So that's pretty exciting for people who start off. I don't even think we talked about that when we first started. Like, it was so not touched on, but I wish I would have, because I would have like gone after it. I'd have been like, I'm going to do this. So it's pretty exciting. That's a great, way to fast, build your team super quick. So retail rewards commission, this is paid on your personal volume minus the first 100. So this is confusing for a lot of new ambassadors. They think if they have $450 in PV that they're going to get paid on $450, but you're going to have to remember to always take that 100 off, because in order to be commission qualified, you have to have at least 100 in commission. So you're going to take all of your PV, plug it into where it's going to fit in right here, and you'll get this percentage of commission. So when we see somebody that might be at $450 in their personal volume, and we see that it's close to the end of the month, we're going to reach out as good leaders and say, hey, you're only $50 away. Let me figure this up. You could be making this much if you just, try to place an order, or if you have anybody that's wanting to order to get that full 25%. So that's the retail rewards commission. And then you're also paid on your level 1 ambassadors. This is your retail override commission. So for their PV, $100 and up, you'll get 5% on that as well. So this is really hard when I'm trying to see if anybody has questions. If you have questions, just unmute yourself if you know how to. Is that rude? Just take yourself off mute and tell me what you have a question on. Let's see. You stop sharing because I'm afraid I'm going to miss somebody. Okay. Is there anybody that has a question on that? No? We're all good on that? Okay. And then if you'll go into, I think I just go back because I want to show you guys something. I'm going to open this, and then I'm going to go back over here and see. I don't know why I have difficulty with this. You have to be smarter than the share screen button. Okay. Cover up Caden. Move you all over because you're right on top of it. Okay. This is how to access your commissions. This can also be found in your back office. I encourage especially new people to go through this and see how you can actually find your commissions. You'll see at the end of the pay cycle, at the end of the month, a bunch of people will say commissions are posted. And I used to get excited thinking like my paycheck was in my bank account. But what that means is Plexus has figured out your commissions. You have the report available to you, and it's posted in the back office. So in order for you to access that, you can go to the quickest way to do it is just go to your back office and go to account services, and then click on account inquiry, and that will show you what your commissions are prior to you getting paid. So a lot of the times you'll see us leaders in our team pages post that. We'll say commissions posted, and then everyone will run to the back office to see what their pay will be for that next when they get paid on the 15th. So that's kind of an overview of that. But I would really encourage you guys, especially the new ones, to get familiar with not only the back office and go through this training and stuff, but go back there and look at your commissions and see how to get to it. I'm going to share this one too. Hold on one second. Just for y'all to look. I'm not going through it. It would take forever. But this right here is the comp plan, and there's 16 pages of it. And it's also in your back office. So that is something that would be advantageous to a lot of new people to kind of go through and take your time. And I remember Heather explaining the comp plan chart to me before I ever had a team. And I was like, this makes no sense to me. I'm just going to half listen. So it's super confusing until you start building your team. So once that happens, if you guys need refreshers, get with your upline and, go back through it. This is also going to go into further detail about how you can rank up, as a senior ambassador, silver, gold. And one question I had in the previous Zoom call, a lady said, okay, so if you're Ruby, you have to be Ruby every month. You have to redo that every month. And so I was like, okay, I need to probably explain that better, because some people may think that once you're Ruby, or once you're silver, I have no idea what's going on with my neck. My husband did not attack me. I don't know what that is. Anyway, so yes, you do what you're in those points that we talked about each month. when your customers place their order and they hit their 5 points, again, it's like starting over each month. That's the way it is. So when you go in your back office and look on your dashboard, it's going to show you currently what you're at. Because I had an ambassador that freaked out because it said associate and she was actually silver. It's basically like you're starting over each month. So it's going to change each time your points hit that next rank. If you want to see how many points you need in order to achieve your next rank, you can click on it and then just select. You can go all the way to diamond, I believe, and click what it is, and it'll show you how many points outside your leg you need, how many points you have. So that's a cool feature that we used to have. But do you guys remember that when it first got rolled out? April, Dina, Michelle, when we were like, oh my gosh, I'm senior gold, or I'm gold, and it's saying I'm just an associate. What happened? Everybody panicked, but it kind of just progresses. So that's how that works. So I want to unmute Dina and have her, I just unmuted you. And when I was explaining to you guys about figuring out your commissions and stuff, it was so exciting in the very beginning. And it is for all of you when you're new is what I'm saying. We still get excited, but it was super excited to try to figure out what we were going to make that next month. So we would literally go in our back office, pull up all of our customers, figure out, oh yeah, April's a triplex customer, so I need to add that 20 or whatever it is. And then we go through everything. So Dina, talk about that part of it, and then I'm going to show them something about that.
Okay, some of this that Amber is telling us were things that I did not know when I started, and I had no idea about the 11 ways that we got paid with Plexus. I found out because my home went into foreclosure, and I was trying to let the bank know what my income was going to be like, so I could, possibly use some of that as income to save the house. So I knew I was getting paychecks on Friday, and I was getting monthly checks, and my first paycheck, I think I had like 17 customers or 19 customers. So my check was a little under $200. My second one was about maybe $250, $300. My third one was probably $400 to $500. So they kept getting bigger, and I still had not been fully trained on the comp plan. So I want to encourage you all to know it and to learn it, and not to have to find out the way that I did, which was laying it all out on the table. And I don't even think my bar was big enough, but I printed out everything I had ever made from Plexus, and I hadn't paid much attention to it in the back office, but actually looking at it on paper on my bar, saying, okay, I made 50 this week in the BBBs. I'll just call it the BBBs. I made 50 this week in BBBs. I made, 170 off preferred customers one month. Having said that, I had all of it all laid out on my bar, and I was trying to take a picture of it to send to Amber, and I couldn't get far enough away. I was like, this is a lot of ways you get paid, y'all. I had to get a calendar out, and just, really that was, not a great way to be able to have to soak it in and realize. But I mean, there's been several times that I've looked in my back office at either my customers, my team, my income, and just actually seeing it with my own two eyes, that I just have to stop myself and say, okay, this is really real. This is real money. This is real, this is the real deal. This is, again, I'm not proud that I didn't learn the comp plan and that, we faced foreclosure, but I am proud that I, know it now, and that we are able, to share all this with you all. So
I agree.
My little, my comp plan testimony.
So Dina and we were the trial by fire, and I signed on, and she messaged me and was like, what is this Plexus stuff? I want to do it. I'm going to give you my credit card. So I signed her up as an ambassador, and she didn't even know what she was doing. She was just like, I just want to do what you're doing. so it's funny now because we literally grew up together doing this. I mean, basically. So I used to make little cards, and I would put an index card with who, let me cover up her personal information, but I would do an index card, if y'all can see that. Dina Robbins, and it has like her information and all this stuff. So then on the back of it, we clearly ran out of room, but this was like all of her ambassadors until I had to just start doing spreadsheets. Okay.
Aww.
I'm going to mail this to you, girl.
You should.
I know. So then what I would do is it would be close to pay, and I would text her and I would say, Dina, do you know how much money you're going to make? And she's like, yeah, how do I do that? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to do it for you. Give me your login. So I would literally log in. So Dina, in December, you made $390.33. And this is all the math that I did to do that.
Oh,
And
you
it
saved
shows
that?
like, yes, this is the PV, and then you take the 100 off and you had this. So then I would circle that, and then this was the 5% off her, what she paid, what she ordered, or what her PV was. And then here are those the preferred customer bonuses I'm talking about. So I literally Slim. She has 2 customers that are on Slim. She's going to get this much. And I would do that. Right. And the very bottom one was the points. So I was telling you about the points. So like she had 20 points. So at $3, so like, and then I have another one I did. It was just crazy. Like that's how we figured it out. Right. And it was so exciting. And so, and I just laugh at how giddy we would get. I'd be like, girl, you're going to make this much. She was like, are you kidding me? Is that legal? And I'm like, it's totally legal. We're totally doing this. This is awesome. So anyway, that's just an exciting thing. Cause I know like that first couple of commission checks, you're just like over the moon. You're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm actually doing this. So I agree with her though. Know the comp plan so you know what you're going to make, and so that it can motivate you. Because I was telling them on the last Zoom about the preferred bonus and how cool that is, and how I'm always like, oh, you don't want to do retail, that's the most expensive. Because in the back of my mind, I'm like, if I can get them preferred, I'm not only going to be making that monthly bonus, but it's also going to put them into a track to do 3 months of preferred, and that 4th month they're going to get 10% off, and every month after that. So that's a huge, it's a win-win, I think.
Right. I agree.
I
have something I just want to say really quickly.
Yep.
Is Sherry on the call?
She's not.
I can't tell. I'm on my phone in my bedroom, and I apologize for my appearance. I got sidetracked with my granddaughter. But I just wanted to say that Rainey, our Diamond Upline, she has a plan, and she has it written out. It's not the top 10 things that successful ambassadors do. It's another one. It's how to make $500 in 1 month. And I was going to say that Sherry also has a thing that she can print out on paper on a spread that says, hey, if you want to make this much money this month, this is what you have to do. If you want to rank to this month, you need this, this, and this. I mean, she's really, really sat down and put in writing and on a spread and makes it, pretty much black and white what you have to do, to make this kind of money. Yeah. Now, we did that, and I mean, we shared Plexus like crazy. I'm going to tell you how crazy we shared it. Let me look and see who's on this video, who's on this call.
You can tell you?
Christina Ritchie?
Yes.
She's on? Okay. Michelle Goodson? She's on? Okay.
Michelle Johnson?
No, Michelle Goodson.
Yep.
She's got Michelle Goodson.
Yeah.
We shared it like crazy, like those two are doing now. So if you see me duplicating, let's say Sherry George, Michelle Goodson, Christina Ritchie, Bruce Simones. I mean, I'm throwing these names out there, and I'll tell you why, because their team is exploding. Like, I can't even blink my eyes without them adding a new teammate. I'm not complaining. I'm just telling you that they have a fire in their pants that's got them on fire like crazy. So that's what we did. And you know what? Maybe we didn't know it all, but we wanted to make sure that everybody knew about Plexus, and we did all we did was duplicated. All we did was do what our upline said. And we actually did read the book, GoPro. I really can't stress that enough. GoPro, yes, GoPro with a lot of sticky notes. There you go. And I can't stress that enough, how much you can grow just from sharing. And we got the Buffer app, and we loaded that sucker up at night, and our phones were ringing and people came to us. I'm not a really go-getter, go out and just ask people and want to tell people initially. Like 90% of my stuff came from people reaching out to me on Facebook, on text, people from 20 years ago from school. And it was all from my Facebook, from sharing about Plexus, having a good attitude, cheering each other on, duplicating. Like, we have the best upline in the world. We're on the best team. We're on Celeste Gwynn's team. So we have it laid out in front of us. And I can't stress enough to just open your mind to do these things. And I promise you the blessings will come. I'm very, very passionate tonight about it. So
I can tell you're.
I appreciate y'all being on the call.
Yeah, I love it. And, Dina and I laughed because we shared all of this together. We had these phone calls where we were freaking out because our phones were blowing up and we didn't know all the answers, and we tried to get them. So you guys have so many more tools than we did at the time we started. And another thing that I'm finding that's helping me grow as a leader is it's not all about like, Amber has all the answers, everyone do what I say. I am so excited that my downline is doing something that I'm duplicating. And in order to be a good leader, I think, and I'm talking to myself, it was so good for me to get to a place where I was like, okay, you know what? She has a better way of doing it. I'm going to do it this way. And I'm not going up, it's down. Like the people down below me are the ones that are doing this. This is insanity. So it's cyclical, certainly, especially for us that have been in the business since we've been in it. Like GoPro was important back then, but nobody really took it serious. We read it, we were like, oh yeah, we're on fire. But to see it be merged with these three-way chats, the way it's become and the way it's happening is just phenomenal. So I think it's amazing. And I think it also is a testament to what good leaders you all are, because I mean, this is crazy the way this is. I had Sherry take a picture of above her computer because it's like Post-it notes had children all over, and it's like this genealogical tree of all the people and whose team they're on and who they. Christina's laughing, you're half of them, and it's crazy. It's just insanity. So I love that. I think it's so amazing, but at the same time, when you're growing that fast, it's so hard to get everyone trained so fast, because it's like we're just continuing to do what we know is working. Meanwhile, all these people are wanting to do it, but we haven't been able to stop long enough to train them on how to do it. So I think Sherry and I were talking about we need to rein it in and like start training exactly on how to duplicate this, because it can fall apart if you don't. And so that's another thing that we're talking about doing. But we have all the documents to do these three-way chats. I have all of the Word documents. I've got all the lingo. I've got all the what to say if. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a training on just that. And if you guys have not been a part of the three-way chat and you're wanting your upline to be in it, message the upline. I'll just use Dina as an example from back when. Let's just pretend. And I'm going to message Heather, my upline. I'm going to be like, have this girl Dina. I think she'd be amazing at the business, but Dina, I can level with her the way I'm talking like this with the money situation. I knew Dina didn't have a lot of money to get started. So I'm going to go ahead and let Heather know that. I'm going to say, look, I'm not sure that she would be good at the business. I don't know if she even has enough money to do this or that. So let's kind of, just more information you can give your upline on these three-way chats, the better. I got dumped into one yesterday with this much information and I didn't know anything about that person. So it's kind of like, let us know everything that you've talked about. If they're just wanting to talk about the products, if they're saying, I want to weigh out from having to work 8 hours a day, and then get them on the call, message the upline, give them all I'm reading this because I made notes, message the upline, give them all the background. Are they wanting product knowledge, business info? What did they ask you when they first reach out? Then tell the upline that. If they're unavailable right then, go ahead and initiate that three-way chat, add the upline to it, and know that, you'll be able to see when they've read it, that you can just be chatting with them, just having a conversation like, hey, I added her to it. She may be a little busy. She may get on, but I'm so excited you messaged me to talk about this. It's, you know, what did you see in me, or what did you see on Facebook that prompted you? Because we're all trying to market this business. So if we can, you've done that before. I took my son to the eye doctor, and the eye doctor was like, how did you hear about us? So, I mean, that helps all of us grow and to know, oh, okay, so it's the Facebook post, or, oh, it's word of mouth, or, oh, they found my business card in the bathroom, whatever. So go ahead and initiate the 3-way call. And then when they hop on, you know, let us take the lead. You don't want to take away that third-party validation by having your upline on it if you're not sure what to say. And then the GoPro book, I mean, I cannot stress it enough. I gave mine out to Megan way back when it was super popular. So I remember that because we were like, oh, we need to do that. But I've bookmarked all the lingos in here. So everything you need to know about the way this team is growing is in this book, and coupled with the 3-way chat and the way we're doing that. So, and then Crede, she'll tell her people when they sign on, she's a Emerald. She will tell brand new ambassadors, because I'm sure when you get to that point, you have that big of a team, it's hard for you to personally train every single person that hops on the team page. She will flat out tell them, okay, I'm so happy you joined. I'm going to announce you. Now what you need to do is go in your back office, and there's this little thing in the middle, and it's called training. And I want you to go through all of that training. And when it has 100% on there, then you come back to me with any questions you have. So, I mean, something to think about. It works for her, but you know, you can kind of hand walk them through it. But another way that you need to be thinking is, however you're teaching your team to grow and your level ones, that's the way they're going to do it. That's the way they're going to teach their people. So if it's something that's working, and that's kind of what, I can't reiterate this enough, if it's something that we see working on a downline or on a sideline, and we are just not trying it, or we don't want to, or we're just like, well, that's not going to work for me. If you're wanting to grow your business and you see someone that's growing exponentially like this is doing, they're doing something right. So hop on, try it, and make it work for you. You know, adjust it. Make it, you know, just make it your own is all I can tell you. And I just cannot stress enough how many tools we now have that we didn't have back then. Like sometimes I find myself going, where could we be today if we had the training we had then, and the momentum that we see you guys running with? And I'm talking to you, Christina. It's crazy. Like, it's insanity what's going on right now. And keeping that momentum up is so tiring. And I know that because we've all been there, and we've hit the wall, and we've been like, I can't do it. There's like, my phone is blowing up. I need to be a wife. I need to be a mom. So that's why I think it's so important to have those relationships that you all do with your upline, so that you can say, you know what, I need a me day. I can't do this. I mean, Christina and I have been talking all day back and forth, and I've been helping her with stuff. I mean, that's what it's all about. So that is the major thing that if I could stress anything, is to just don't get discouraged. The business is cyclical. You're going to have valleys and you're going to have peaks, and it's just what you do when you come out on the other side. So you can't be 100% all plexus all the time, or you're going to slam into a wall, fall off, and decide you don't want to do it anymore because it wears you out. So if any of you veterans have anything to add, or to, you know, because we've all been there. We have everybody that I'm looking at, we've hit that wall where you're just like, I can't do it anymore. I don't have anything else in the tank. And it's probably, for me, was because we didn't ask for help. We sort of just wanted to do it. We were like, oh, I got this. It's just blowing up. And then all of a sudden you turn around and you're like, where did everybody go? What ball did I drop? You know, you're juggling all of these things, and it's hard. And so rely on everybody. If it doesn't work for you, make it work. Make it your own. Change it. You know, if you have ideas, you see things that you're doing that your upline hasn't trained you on, and you see that it's working, reach out to the teams and be like, hey guys, guess what? I stood on my head and spun around 3 times, and I got 4 customers this afternoon. We're all going to try it. I mean, like, just share it with us. And that's what we're trying to do with you all. And I don't know. I can't stress that enough. Is there anything anybody wants to say to that? April's drinking, so not like drinking. I mean, like, she's drinking water. I was like, are you going to talk? Any questions? No questions. Okay. Is there anything, any topics that you guys, let me see if I can, okay, I'm going to stop the recording because I think we're done talking, like literally talking. Hold on.